So in this session, we're going to learn about encapsulation in Python. So this encapsulation is one of the fundamental concept of object-oriented program. And it also allows us to hide the internal details of an object while exposing only the necessary functionalities. So this helps in protecting the data and controlling the access to it. To put it simple, encapsulation bundles the data and methods that operate on that data into a single unit, that is class, and also it restricts the direct access to some data, ensuring better security and control. So let's see an example for this. Okay, so here you do have a simple example. So this example is about a student. Okay, so this is about a student. So the student class is defined with an init method to initialize the object with name and grade here. Okay, so this student is a class name where it has a used init method to initialize the object, that is name and grade here. These name and grade are the attributes. So then after that, here they have used, okay, so here we have used the self name, self grade equals name comma grade. So this particular line assigns these values to the self dot name and self dot grade attributes, which store the name and grade of the student. So then we have used the getter method here. So this line we call it as a getter method. Okay, so this getter method is used to retrieve the student's grade. Okay, then it returns the value of self dot grade, which is the student's grade. Okay, so in the next line we have used the setter method. So this we call it as a setter method. So this method is used to update the student's grade. It takes a new grade as an argument and assign it to self dot grade. So that is what getter method and setter method will do. So now once we are done with this, we need to create an object here. So here our object is student1 of the student class, and we are passing a value that is Alice, and his mark is 85 as argument for name and grade. So this initializes the object with name equals Alice, whereas object or grade equals 85. So once you give the values, so now we need to access and modify the data, okay, by using get grade method. It is called and student1 to retrieve and print the student's current grade, which is 85. So then you do have a set grade 90 method is then called the update the grade to 90. So after updating the get grade method, it is again called, and this time it will be printed as 90. You can take a look. Okay, so first we have asked it to print the get grade without updating the value, that is 90. Okay, without updating the value, that is 90, it has printed 85 in the output. Once I have updated the value from 85 to 90, so now this time if I call for a grade, get grade, it is printing as a 90. So this is what happens in the code. So then we do have a key features for encapsulation. So when it comes to key features, the first key feature is data hiding. So the object's internal data is hidden from the direct access, and also this prevents the accidental modification and ensures that only controlled interactions happen. So then we do have a second key feature, that is access control. So data is protected using access modifiers here. Okay, so here in the access control itself, we do have two types. One is public and another one is private. So public is accessible from anywhere, whereas private, it is only accessible within the class. So then we do have a improved security. Only by hiding the sensitive data, encapsulation prevents unauthorized modification to an object state. Okay, so then the fourth one is data protection. It prevents accidental changes to critical data. This ensures that data integrity and makes debugging easier. So then you do have a fifth property, that is flexibility with getter and setter method. So we use getter methods to access the private attributes, and we use setter method to control the modification of data while applying the validation rules. So then we do have a code maintainability. So the internal implementation can change without affecting the rest of the program. Other parts of the code interact only through well-defined interfaces. So these are the key features of encapsulation. So this will be the end of topic. Thank you.